Yes, Maui has all those things one thinks about when one thinks about Hawaii, which is probably often. Pristine sand beaches, endless views of the Pacific, dramatic volcanic slopes, and I had every intention of taking in as many of these things as I could. But I was also here to explore everything else the second largest of the Hawaiian Islands had to offer, like hurling my body off a hillside thousands of feet into the air, and stuffing my face with an inordinate number of tacos. And though I was not here on a traditional honeymoon like many of the people around me were, I was able to fully explore the island and capture some unforgettable experiences. The first of which involved Maui's highest point, the volcano known as Haleakala. Once again, I'm up at an ungodly hour just to see a sunrise. I'm actually going to see one of the most famous sunrises in all of Maui. This is the volcano. You get to the top of it and you look down, and as the sun rises, there are clouds all around you. It's supposed to be spectacular. It takes a couple hours to get there though. Sunrise is at 6:15, hence I'm leaving at 3:30 in the morning. However, I'm still on New York time, so this is great. I went to bed at the odd hour of 8:30 and I'm up now at roughly 3:30, so it should be good. If you're not a morning person, then checking out the sunrise from Haleakala is probably going to be one of the more painful experiences you have in Maui, not related to a sunburn. The drive to the summit, which is actually a national park, is a good 2 hours for most parts of the island. But forget about petty concerns such as a good night's sleep. This sunrise is unforgettable and not to be missed. Facing eastward, this portion of the island just happens to be where clouds constantly form due to the prevailing trade winds, thus resulting in a view that always consists of billowing clouds below you, which slowly take on a myriad of colors as the sun rises, and hundreds of bleary-eyed tourists begin to awaken and appreciate why they rolled out of bed so early. This was a nice surprise. I came up to see the sunrise, which obviously comes from the east, but if you go up to the summit and look out towards the west, you can see a great, amazing panoramic view of the rest of northern Maui. I think I can see my beach where I'm staying at down there, 40 degrees warmer. If you're on your way to Hana, it's a long, winding highway. There's not a lot of places to eat, but one of the last stops you can go to is a great taco stand called Maui 8th Wonder. They've got ceviche tacos, carne asada, pork, beef, everything you want. Really, really good tacos and really nice people. This will fill you up before you get there. Definitely recommend it. I'm here just north of Lahaina. I'm going to take my first surfing lesson ever in my life. So I've actually never surfed before, but I have ridden the subways after happy hour in New York, so it's kind of the same thing. Now, I've got to admit, despite the fact that there was literally a 5-year-old out on the waves surfing, I was feeling just a little bit nervous to go out for the first time. Luckily, I had the benefit of experienced local instructors showing me the ropes, along with the knowledge there would be a full-grown black labrador out in the ocean in case anything horrible went wrong. I'm sitting here on the beach in Maui on Kanapali Beach, sun setting. We're gonna do a little uke lesson with Fred Torres. Thanks for coming out, Fred.
My pleasure.
So Fred, how long have you been playing the ukulele?
I've been playing ukulele for many years, since 4th grade, so as far as the years, maybe over 30 years.
Wow. So now we know how old you are.
Yeah. Really?
So what? I heard that like ukulele is something that kids here in Hawaii, they start learning very young, sometimes even in school, like first, second grade. Is that the case with you?
Yes, it was. I learned the ukulele because it was part of the culture, it was part of the environment. Everybody learned the ukulele. And in fact, in school, it was part of the curriculum. You had to have Polynesian instrument class taken while you're in school.
And when people think of Hawaii and music, they think of the ukulele. So what does it mean to you, the ukulele in Hawaii? Is it one and the same?
Yeah, it is in a way. It gives me an opportunity to relax. It's more therapeutical, and I enjoy hearing the music. I enjoy playing. Sometimes I make up songs while I'm on the beach. I'll do chords and, hey, there's a lady walking, beautiful and nice, and you know, that kind of creative composing, you call it. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And so be honest, this is how you got your wife, right?
I'm not married.
I hope this is not an indication of ukulele skills.
No.
Cool. So let's play a little Bob Marley here as the sun's setting. Have a real Hawaii moment here. All right?
Beautiful. Let's do this.
Cool. Thanks.
Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. So don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright.
Mahalo. Thanks, Fred.
Don't worry.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Alright.
Pick it up.
Dream of dreams in a lullaby. Oh, somewhere over a rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dream of, dreams really do come true.
Oh, someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where you'll find me, way up high. And the dream that you dare to, why can't I?
If you're looking to get away from the more built-up luxury areas of Maui, head to Paia, the small coastal village on the northern coast of Maui. This town only has about 2,600 people, but it's got a great laid-back, hippie-ish feel. Tons of little shops, restaurants, cafes, other things that I can't recommend on video, but check it out. In fact, two of Paia's most famous residents are Woody Harrelson and Willie Nelson. I wonder why. I wanted to try one of Hawaii's favorite breakfast meals, the Loco moco. I got a tip that one of the best places to try it is at the Moana Bakery and Cafe, right here off of Baldwin Avenue. This is Hawaii's favorite porch-stopping breakfast, the Loco moco. This is a dish that consists of rice, a hamburger patty, egg, brown gravy, all mixed together in one. Not my usual breakfast, but amazing. Really, really good. So when I was in Paia, I started talking to one of the shop clerks and I told her I only had a couple of hours to explore because I have to pick up my deadbeat friends from the airport in a couple hours. And she suggested I head up the Hana Highway to Twin Falls, which is a nice little trail and a waterfall that you can jump into at the end. Good thing I brought my bathing suit, otherwise I'd be going on the trawl. And last time I did that, I got kicked out of the country. So it's good for everybody. This may be a good time to talk about Maui's terrain. You see, given such factors as wildly changing elevation and the trade winds from the northeast, the island has a number of microclimates, and despite what you may have thought, much of the island is actually very dry and sunny, receiving less than 10 inches of rain per year. On the other hand, this portion, along the northeast coastline, and which includes the famed Hana Highway, receives anywhere from 80 to 400 inches a year, thus the Jurassic Park-like surroundings and the tropical waterfalls. Yeah, it's an island waterfall. Amazing. If you haven't noticed already, I'm sporting a very stylish waterproof camera for portions of this trip, all in an effort to get some gratuitous underwater shots, and so I can give you, the viewer, an idea of what it's like frolicking in the water. In this case, surprisingly cold. It's also a great excuse for a mid-morning bath, courtesy of nature. Where do they keep this soap dispenser? After picking up my friends, I figured what better way to introduce them to the island that I already had some time to explore than to shuttle them back into the air and into a helicopter for an aerial tour of Maui and neighboring Moloka'i, the 5th largest of the Hawaiian islands. Yes, that Moloka'i, the one-time home to the famous leper colony, a disease that came to the island in the mid-1850s due to the influx of outside traders and sailors. Today, as you fly over the eastern portion of the island, you can see the original settlement that was home to victims through the 1960s. Further along, we choppered over the lush landscape and grazed the dramatic cliff sides of the island. Formed by 2 shield volcanoes, the dramatic sea cliffs, the largest in the world, are what remains of a massive volcano that collapsed over 1.5 million years ago. It was at this point that I implored our pilot to get as close as possible so I could get my epic money shot, a request that was soundly ignored. After doubling back and climbing over the center of the island, we began our approach toward Maui from the northwest. It's over this portion of the ocean that an estimated 2/3 of the entire North Pacific humpback whale population travels to each winter to get it on, kind of like spring break for sea life, and ultimately to give birth to calves. Finally, we made our way over Lahaina and back to the heliport, surprisingly with all our lunches firmly still in our stomachs. Next on the list was to go paragliding off the side of Haleakala volcano, a popular activity with many fully insured thrill seekers looking for a unique way to take in the island.
She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus, and America too. She's a good girl, crazy about Elvis, loves horses, and a boyfriend too, yeah. It's a long day
there's a freeway running through the yard. I'm a bad boy, 'cause I don't even miss her. I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart, and I'm free, free falling, falling, and I'm free, free falling, falling.
Hawaii was first settled by Polynesian explorers as far back as 300 AD, presumably via boats like these. No, not carbon fiber boats filled with Californians, but sailing canoes. These vessels, outfitted in Outrigger style, with a lateral support along their side for stability, were perfect for long-distance, inter-island travel, mostly powered by the prevailing winds. In this reenactment, I was portraying a visiting high chief and agreed to allow the others to do the manual labor while I sat back and enjoyed the views. I'm a good sport like that. Then, once out into the calm water, I donned my waterproof camera and plunged into the surprisingly brisk waters to explore the surrounding reefs. Look, a sea turtle! More Californians! Though not as colorful or as plentiful as some of the reefs you see around the world, particularly in the warm waters of the Caribbean, snorkeling in this part of the ocean is still a great way to appreciate the aquatic ecosystem firsthand, an ecosystem that is so important to and increasingly threatened by nearby inhabitants. I am at Coconuts, one of the most famous fish taco joints in all of Maui. It's recommended it by my Hawaii Outrigger canoe pilot, and always take their advice. Actually, I looked it up though. This is a really, really well-known place. All the food's made from scratch daily. Fish tacos have two fish in it, mahi-mahi and ono, so let me give it a try. Wow, amazing. It's piled with fish. There's veggies, mango, sauce, everything. It was really, really good. And of course, the inevitable and dreaded fish taco food coma. I'm at Hau'okoi Shave Ice. This is a recommendation from my canoe outrigger pilot captain. It's the second recommendation of the day. I'm trying the Tropicana Coconut Guavo Mango. This is not your typical Puerto Rican shaved ice thing. This is more of a Hawaiian concoction. You can see the ice is a little smoother, a lot more flavor to it. It's really good. It's like super refreshing, a lot of flavor. It doesn't even taste like ice, it just tastes like fruit.
Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop.
If you're looking to visit a vineyard while in Maui, and who wouldn't be, you can check out the Ulapalakua Vineyard, as it's the only working vineyard on the entire island. The land itself actually has quite a storied history. Back in 1843, a New England whaling captain, James Mackey, was heading to Lahaina for resupplies for his ship when he was attacked by one of his seamen with a hatchet. While recovering, he decided to buy several thousand acres of land and set up a cattle ranch. 50 years ago, a new owner acquired quite a bit of the land and decided to start growing grapes here. If you visit here today, you can come and sample one of their signature wines, which is made out of, you guessed it, pineapple. Pineapple or not, it was already 10:30 in the morning here in Maui, which I'm pretty sure is code for happy hour here. So we saddled up to the bar to try out the Maui Blonde, one of the winery's signature pineapple wines, complete with tropical tones and a crisp delivery, or so the menu said.
We're ready to have to try this.
Oh, it's good. Definitely taste the pineapple.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a working ranch, it's only natural that you're also going to open up a nearby Western-themed general store, complete with cowboy hats, leather goods, and hungry elk hunters. Sorry, Bambi, today your lunch. So surprisingly, here at the ranch they actually raise elk, and you can go across the street to the corner store and buy an elk burger for lunch. And there's actually quite a few locals that do that. Give it a try. Good. Good. Kind of gamey, but a lot of flavor. To the vegetarians in the audience, think of this as my small part in helping to control the game population on the island, while also filling up my stomach after a couple glasses of pineapple wine. On the completely opposite part of the island, I decided to take in another tropical hike. What better way to work off an elk burger than a trek through the jungle? If you're in Napili, you can head north on the main road and you can find Honolua Bay. There's a little small parking lot right off the side of the road. You can park your car and walk through a nice little rainforest trail that leads you to the mouth of the bay. What's cool about this spot is from here you can see the surfers who are hanging out in the water looking for waves in Honolua Bay. This is actually one of the top 10 surfing spots in the entire world. Given that my companions for the day had never traveled with me before, they foolishly allowed me to lead the way. Guys, don't be concerned. I totally know where I'm going. I've been here for 48 hours. Below me at the bottom of these cliffs is Honolua Bay. You'll see a ton of surfers out here all day. That's because it's one of the top surf spots in Maui. In fact, it's often on the top 10 list of the best surfing spots in the entire world. Time to get way off the beaten path, like past the Maui landfill, through the newly harvested sugarcane fields, and down a deserted one-lane road off the beaten path. This is the Surfing Goat Dairy Farm, Maui's only goat farm / petting zoo / gourmet artisanal cheese tasting shop. Founded by German expats Thomas and Eva Kafsik, this working goat farm is home to quite possibly the world's happiest goats. Me and a local travel blogger, Alexander, decided to head to the farm one afternoon for a tour of the grounds and, to put in some hard manual labor. Fed alfalfa snacks throughout the day and privileged with views like this from birth, these goats produce the milk for cheese that is sourced to some of the best restaurants throughout the entire state.
A lot of the hotels and restaurants on the island do use our cheeses, and we actually have some of them. When we go up, we have a display board that we have some of the hotels and restaurants listed, and the ones in bold are actually the ones that have been our clients since the beginning. And so what's been really great for them is a lot of this has gone word of mouth. It's not overly commercialized, which is really nice too, because it's small enough to be able to control everything, and it's a family-run business, but large enough to be able to take care of what they need.
Enough talk, time to get down and dirty. The farm itself is a full 42 acres, completely organic and oddly open to strangers touching the most sensitive parts of their livestock. First time milking anything.
We're here for you.
Especially goat. Oh, that's really, really warm.
Right?
Yeah.
So they average between 100 to 104 degrees.
Wow. Yeah, this is like strangely comfortable though. I don't know what that means.
I've never tried it on the side of a
So, where are you from? Yeah. What's your favorite music? Next, we sat down to enjoy the fruits of our labor. Well, all 5 minutes of it. I love the sun-dried tomato one. It's really good. There's something about the smell of goat manure wafting in as we're eating. It's just really adding to the flavor. I don't know what that is. It's good though. So I'm at the final stop of my recommendations from my boating captain. This is The Kitchen. We've got a couple locations throughout Maui, and it's supposedly a great place for some traditional Hawaiian food, which I've kind of missed out on so far. So we've got some kalua pork, which is a shredded pork, salted and barbecued, teriyaki chicken, of course spam, and like any traditional Hawaiian meal, 2 scoops of rice, and sometimes some potato salad on the side. So what are my thoughts on Hawaii? It's beautiful, needless to say. It's romantic, which is a little odd when you're a video vlogger on your own, alone with a few people. It's got a great feel here. It has that Polynesian feel. There's a lot of local culture. People are very, very proud of the island. People never refer to being here as being in Hawaii. They refer to it as being in Maui. And there's certain cultural pride for this specific island that really, really comes out. Absolutely everybody I've met has been awesome. People who live here, who are from here, love the island and they're proud of it. The people who I've met who have moved here and aren't from here love it and they're proud of it. They're all amazing, awesome, great people. You also meet a lot of people who say, oh, I came here in 1978 and I never left. And this is one of those places. There's a few places in the world I've been to that's like that, and this is probably one of the best places to do that. I can imagine coming here and never leaving again. It's great. I'll probably end up going to New York. I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of on the fence about that. But yeah, Maui. Why leave? I don't understand. No reason to.
I said too much in these days. Nobody cares. You look so good.